He took 6 minutes 41 seconds. Coming to the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Challakanan, while he was taking us towards to his metaverse, he took 7 minutes 30 seconds, absolutely on the dot, otherwise would have been disqualified. And Toastmaster Priya Ganesh, while she was talking about the water's memory and asking us to be cautious about it, she took 5 minutes 58 seconds. And Toastmaster Anirudh, while he was taking us through the December season, he took 7 minutes 25 seconds. Coming to the table topics, absolutely it was all about resolutions. Toastmaster Ashok took 1 minute 26 seconds. Toastmaster Challakanan took 2 minutes 8 seconds. Sneha Bharati 2 minutes 4. So DTM Sundararaman 1 minute 37. DTM Karthik 2 minutes 12. DTM Satish 156. Toastmaster Gopinath 152. Toastmaster Abdul 144. And Anirudh 2 minutes 18. And the TT Master Akshaya 1 minute 9 seconds. Coming to the evaluation, Toastmaster Ashok, the time given was 4 to 5 minutes, and Ashok took 6 minutes 40 seconds. We always used to, after a record, we always used to talk that Ashok is one person who has to maintain his timing.
But he transformed.
Yes. And he always oversteps.
He got inspiration from Sunil.
Yes. And Sundararaman on the dot. 5 minutes. Thank you very much for the opportunity given.
Thank you, Gramm, for explaining the rule. Now let's have our English teacher for the day to explain the report for grammar.
Alright, for the grammarian report, we all know what's coming. Let's start off with the word of the day. It was used 4 times. It was first used by Toastmaster Abdul even before it was announced. That is also taken into account. Toastmaster Karthik used it once, Toastmaster Anirudh used it once, and I used it once. Let's hope for more usages of the word of the day in the next meeting. Let's start out with the improvement areas, because I'd like for everyone to just ponder on the amazing creative usages of grammar and language. So I do not particularly like pointing out mistakes, because mostly English is not our first language and it is the language that we have adapted for professional usage, and we do not think in the language, and most mistakes are not made on purpose. They're very much just mistakes. One common mistake made by everyone is the usage of the word that. You incorporate it into places where it is not needed. So writing out your script and looking at where you have written the word that is something that will help improve that. Tenses are something that we all tend to jumble up, using present tense and past tense all in a mixed version is something that we all tend to do. Again, writing out and speaking in one tense at one particular time helps in that aspect. And certain words do not have plural forms, such as stuff. Stuffs isn't exactly a word. Stuff is the plural form itself. So certain words should not be used in the with an S, because the word itself is singular and plural. And so these are some small things that we tend to lack in and we can keep a note of. Now for creative usages, I will read out every creative usage that I've written down, and I think you will correlate it to who spoke it, and you will remember as I read it out. A reason for failed resolutions are the words "I have enough time" being said. What you read, you should internalize. Hitting the bed. The subconscious mind will say, you commit small things and do it, so you will dream and achieve it. A negative rat. You must kill the rat before it becomes a plague. Praying is nothing but asking for what you want. A clear correlation. One person's thought will have an impact on every individual around them. Ask why. A cause and effect. Winning the world. immersing. Every resolution needs a will, a lethargic resolution. My resolution is not to take one. The whole water riddle that was given and the personification of water in Priya's speech that was done, Toastmaster Priya, that was a very innovative thing that was done, and it showed your language skills as well. Children have a different objective. Asking a colorblind person the difference between red and green. The raga identification quiz. Vexed. Sticking to my strengths and being impulsive. We generally think of the outcome and lose sight of small actions or habits. It is just an idea not put into action. Rain or shine, pandemic or epidemic was a good rhyme, though it isn't exactly what we were hoping it for. I feel like the youngest Toastmaster, and I'd like to end there because I think I'm the youngest Toastmaster here as well. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Grammarian, for a very brief and detailed report. Thank you very much. Now coming to the general evaluator report. At 6:55 a.m., when the arrangement was not there, I was very skeptical that the meeting will be starting on time. We were taking the tables out and we were arranging the chair. At 6:59 a.m., I heard the clapping sound and I felt very much relaxed. Thank you, Mayakis, for not making me to write that point that meeting started late. Thank you very much. You people are awesome. Now, coming to each aspect of today's meeting, right from the beginning to the end. So, we started meeting on time. Then coming to the presiding officer, you did a very awesome job on introducing the guests by yourself. The second one on the Toastmaster of the Day. So, Toastmaster of the Day and Sergeant Downs both played by you. You had a very excellent theme and you reflected upon that theme every time when you got a chance to speak. And the key takeaway for me is to have a resolution with a purpose. Resolute your resolution. Thank you for that. And I'll go with all the good things that for each role player, and then I'll come with the improvements. Coming to the speakers, all the three speakers had a very different dimensions in your speech. Though the speech objectives were same for two of the speakers, but you gave a very different perspective on research and presenting. And Toastmaster Anirudh, as usual, it was a very humorous speech. I enjoyed it a lot. Coming to the management book review, I got a very different perspective on the book which you have read, and thank you very much for sharing it. Thank you very much. Now, coming to the table topic, a very innovative way to have a crisp mom and then selecting the topic, it was really awesome. Good work, Toastmaster Akshaya. Coming to the evaluations, right? So, both the panelists, you just showcased how expert you are in doing the evaluation, and I got a very different perspective on evaluating the content and delivery and having the good points in each thing and the areas of improvement. Definitely the speakers would have got something from you, and thank you very much for that. Coming to the timer and grammarian timer, though you took the role in the last minute before the start of the meeting, you have done some justice. There are some improvements, I'll come later. Grammarian, you dissected the words and you are a keen listener. That showcased in your report. Great work. Coming to the things that we can improve as a club, as a barrier hierarchy. First on Toastmaster of the Day. So I feel like in addition to the Vice President Education, Toastmaster of the Day also has a responsibility for prep work for the meeting. I felt there is a gap during the reading the objectives of the evaluators. So that I think we need to take care of that. And then another one, right, for the coming to the timer. So though you took the role at the last minute, there was, when you explained the timing for the panelist, at that time you were asking the panelist what's the timing. That also we could have prepped well before. So that's the second thing I want to share. Then the next one, again, I don't know, it should be a role of an SAA to set up the infrastructure. We had a presentation and the speakers should have reached the SAA or the Toastmaster of the day to have that projector set up. But it got dragged. Now we will not finish the meeting on time for sure. So that is a big reason. So we need to again do the prep work for that. Finally, timer's sitting position. The speakers, they will be gazing around the room with all eye contact. But when it is green, yellow or red, not necessarily I will be looking at you.
Yeah.
So I may be missing the time.
Yeah.
It is recommended to sit in the middle or somewhere at the end so that it is very much visible. With all that said, right, like I have made some marks in each category, and Meraki, the Warrior scored 80 out of 100. We have still room for improvement. One quote to take away is sweat hard in the training and bleed less in the battle. We have to do prep work. Thank you very much. Over to that one.
Thank you so much, Abdul.